everyone. I'm Dottie, Stitching Scotty, and this is Flosstube number 113. Today is January the 21st, 2023, and it's Saturday. I would like to welcome you all to one of my regular videos, and thank you so much for the long-time viewers and the short-time viewers, and even you first-time viewers. I hope you see something you like and you'll hit the like button. You'll subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of more videos. So today, I always try to feature an Etsy designer in my regular videos. I usually give out a free pattern or a link to a free pattern. And I show my whips, of course, my finishes if I have any, and future or finally finished objects. And then, you know, at the end, if there's some new patterns or plans or Stitchy kindness or haul, I'll show that. Okay, so today I have 4 finishes. Yes, you know, I had 50,000 whips or works in progress, so now I got 4 of them finished. So let's start and see what we got. The first thing is, at one of the retreats I went to, this was the vanity sampler pillows, and it was a vanity sampler. And a vanity sampler is one where the name and all the age and birth date and everything is cut out of it. To hide the identity of the person so they don't, you know, so they're not vain. Liz Matthews, hello from Liz Matthews, is the publisher of this pattern, and also the 8 little pillows that go along with it. So at the class, she had us make one of the little pillows, and I chose the bird. And he's down here, I think. And I positioned mine on my cloth so I could get 2, because I had great aspirations at this retreat that I was going to get 2 of them done, but I did not. So anyway, here is my finish of the little bird, and he's going to be probably on one of the little pillows, and she has the material and everything. I'm not sure if I'll use that or not. I haven't decided yet, but I probably will. But this one was on 36 count. Oh goodness, there's something on it. Hang on. There you go. It's on 36 count, and we used 1 strand over 2. And I forgot what kind of linen it was on. But anyway, this is what she provided, and we used MPI silks. And I really enjoyed using the silks. So I have enough to do the large sampler, so I can't wait to get started on that also. Okay, so that's finish number 1, and that one's just been laying, around about a third done since I got home from the retreat. Okay, the next one I got in my Christmas box, my Advent box from Colorado Cross Stitcher, and this is called In the Meadow We Can Build a Snowman. And it's by Colorado Cross Stitcher. She has a website and a shop where you can go buy these. And even the little buttons were included. But if you don't want to buy the buttons, you can stitch the trees on there. I had a piece of natural raw linen, and it was 28 count, and I put it on this. And I just thought it turned out really, really cute. I used 2 strands over 2, and then I sewed the little buttons on. And the buttons were made out of wood. So there's another finish. And I didn't start this one until sometime in December. Ha ha ha. So we got 2 little smalls done, so that's good. Then I've been working on this one for quite some time. In fact, it's my oldest work in progress. And I've stitched and stitched and stitched and stitched, and then I got discouraged because all the French knots, there was such a glob of them, and I just threw it down. And this was the, I think this was the 2nd stitch along I ever participated in. And I knew it was a stitch along, but we didn't call them sales then. And it was in the, and if you've been watching my Flosstubes, you've seen this magazine 5,100 times if you've seen it once. This was Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, and this is from 1989. Yes. Okay, I'm sure it's no longer available because they don't make this magazine anymore, but we call this the brick. In here they called it palette stitching, whatever. But anyway, this one had small Algerian eyelets, large Algerian eyelets, Smyrna crosses, mosaic stitches, loads of French knots, fly stitches, buttonhole stitches, lazy daisy stitches, and chain stitches. Okay, if you made it a photograph, you know, a picture, this is what it looked like. But if you made it a brick or a doorstop, which is what we decided to do, this is what it would look like. Okay, so I did this one on 14 count fiddler's cloth. Now they call it rustico. And it's an Ada. And there's my finish. So I've got it all ready to put together. And I've been reading the directions and it doesn't look too awfully bad. So I'm really hoping that, you know, I get this done. But this was my second finish this year. And so I put 2023 at the bottom instead of 1989. I didn't start it in 89. It'd been several years after that before we started it. But yeah. So there's my finish. Some of the stitches use 6 strands, like the outline stitch of all the sections. Those are mosaic stitches, and use six strands of floss. I usually stitched with 3 strands unless it called for 2 or 4. And the French knots are all those green trees that are puffy looking in the middle. So you can see how puffy those are. Okay, so I'm really tickled about this one because I didn't think I'd ever finish that one. And now that it's done, I just love it. So that's a good thing. Isn't that the way it goes? All right. So yay, another finish of my oldest whip. Okay, and next we're going to talk about Whip Go, which is a bingo game that we play with Jessie Marie Does Stuff and other Flosstubers and Stitchers. And what you do is you make up your own bingo card, or you can use the PDF she has, and I usually just make my own because it's quicker. And this year I made Whip Go 2023, okay? The larger projects I made, as I explained in one of my earlier videos, I gave 5 days. The smaller projects or things that were close to a finish, I put finish. The only thing that's different is I have Santa's Holiday. I want to do 1 band on that. But everything else is either 5 days or finish. So, let's see what we got first. First, I have a finish. And this is Christmas Roses Ornament. Now, this is by M Designs. Where in the heck did I put it? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's not it. Well, now we've lost it. Darn. Hold that thought. Okay. It was right beside me. I've been doing too many of these videos, evidently. But anyway, she called number 6. So it was Christmas Roses Ornament. And so I did this one, and it's on 32 count, and I'm using 1 strand over 2 threads, and it had some specialty stitches in it. It used 6 strand embroidery floss that was DMC, and also used samplers threads by Gentle Art Samplers, and it also has spider web rose stitches, and those look really involved, but they really weren't very hard. That's what the roses are the spider web rose stitches. Now it also had like an outline crisscross quilted looking stitch in the background, but my color blended in so well that you couldn't hardly see it, and it just looked like I had a bunch of mismatch in the back. So I took those out and decided I was just going to finish it like this. So I will figure out how I'm going to finish it as an ornament, and yeah, I'll let you know. But the stitching part is done. So, and I used 1 strand over 2 threads. So I am really tickled about that. So we are now going to, that's my 4th finish, but my first one on my Whip Go board. So we're now coloring in my first square on my Whip Go board. The next number Jessie Marie called was In the Light of Winter. And because it's a large project and it's by Brenda Gervais, this one's an exclusive to Dying to Stitch when I went to the retreat up there this past summer, or fall, I guess it was. And with Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread, but this will be available probably in the fall, or maybe you can check with Dying to Stitch. But it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. She put it in this beautiful box. And I said I was going to stitch on it for 5 days on the 36 count Winter Brew Linen by R&R Fabrics. And ouch. So now you've got to remember, right now I can't stitch as much as I usually stitch. This is 3 days stitching with what little bit I had. So I've got mostly all the border except for the centers of the flowers, because those are mostly Smyrna stitches. And this is on page 1, just all the border on page 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to completely finish page 1, and then I'll go to a different page. I don't know if I'm going to go down or if I'm going to go over. I haven't decided yet. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But this is a real pretty border, and I like how the vine just meanders around. But it does do it in sort of a pattern, so you can kind of keep up. And I'm using DMC's and Weeks Dye Works and a Gentle Arts floss for that. So that's what I've got. 3 days stitching, so I lack 2 more days. And I'll have met my whip go goal for the month of January. Yay! So I'm off to a really good start, even though I'm not up to my usual speed. So that's still pretty good. Still pretty good. Okay. So next, and we'll catch up on that next week. Hopefully I'll have my other 2 days done. Okay, next, believe it or not, I had to have a Christmas start last year. So I didn't get to do it on Christmas Day, but I did it the day after because we were kind of busy on Christmas Day, you know, with family and food and all the good stuff. And during my Flossmas, I showed this book, A Cross Stitch Christmas, and this is by, I said I was going to remember this, Craftways Corporation. Okay, when I saw this cup of cocoa and the cinnamon sticks, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so pretty. I've just got to do that. So I turned into this book and found me some fabric that I had that was similar, and started stitching. Now this one would be a very good piece to take somewhere, and the graph is in color. It'd be a really good piece to take with you, like if you're waiting for something, because there is a lot of red stitching. Yes. So I got started, and I've got Have a Cozy, and then I've got some red. And this is on 28 count, and it's, I think, Jobelin Even Weave. So, but that's my Christmas, after Christmas start. I was a little bit off. I was a day behind on my New Year's start and a day behind on my Christmas start, but yeah. So, so those, and I'm stitching 2 strands over 2, and I'm using all the Call for DMC threads. Okay. I'm going to put this back in the little bag it goes in. Ouchie. Okay, now the next one I have was my January 1st start, which ended up to be January 2nd because I couldn't even see straight to stitch January 1st. It was like, woo. Yeah. So, I had probably a few stitches done on it, so it's officially not a January 1st start, but it's what I'm calling my New Year's Day start because I don't think I had enough to say it was a start. This is the First Thanksgiving by Twin Peak Primitives. Dolores and I are going to do a sale. You remember Dolores, when we can catch up with her, she shows up on my video. Hey, Dolores. She's gone again. Yep. So anyway, but she's doing some good deeds right now. So, yeah. But anyway, we're stitching on this together. And the hashtag is hashtag first, F-I-R-S-T, Thanksgiving, Sal, S-A-L. So be sure, and if you're stitching on this, or if this is in your pile, just pick it out. You know, if you've got it kitted up, pick it out and stitch along with us, and be sure and post your pictures and let us know. And this is on 32 count Witchell Country French Ivy linen. And I'm using all the call for DMCs. And the good thing is it tells you when you've got like more than one skein that you need. So that was really, really, really good. And one thing I did on this one that I usually do on most all my samplers, well, I say one thing, this is like the usual thing I do when I do a sampler or something that's kind of symmetrical. I always make sure that there's something at the top that tells me where the top is, so I don't pick it up and do the wrong side. But anyway, this is what I've got done so far on the first page. And I've done the border for the first page, and then I've started this banner and the little quilt squares. And hopefully I'll get some more on this one done. And it's 2 strands over 2. I just love, love, love Thanksgiving pieces. I don't know why, but Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I guess it's because we get to get together with our family, and, you know, you have a good time and share good food and fellowship, and it's just a great time, you know, to be together. But Twin Peak Primitives has this on their website. You can get this at your local needlework shop. And join in on the sale with us. All right, and there's no end. You just start when you can. Okay. The next one I have is one that I started stitching in December during Flossmas because I did not have enough Christmas whips or works in progress. And this one's from Shepherd's Bush. This is called Be Merry. And if you've been watching my Flosstubes, you'll see I've not made any more progress on it. But this is on 10 count Chula. And it's a very large weave. So this is a good thing to stitch on if you have trouble seeing the holes and, you know, the stitches. And this uses 3 strands over 1 square. And it comes cute with a bunch of cute little buttons. There. And this is what I've got done so far. I've got the snowflakes and bee, Santa Claus's hat, and I've started outlining the, I guess it's face, yeah. So anyway, and 2 candy canes for the word Mary. Those are the 2 R's. I just need to put some red in there. So got a little bit to do on this one, and I haven't decided how I'm going to finish this one or what I'm going to do with it when I finish. But I just think it's so cute. I love Shepherd's Bush pieces. And this one's full of bright, happy colors. So that's always nice. And it uses Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works and Alpaca 18 for Santa Claus's beard. It's a Rainbow Gallery piece. Okay, next, we're switching gears again. We're going back to samplers. This is Quaker Gardens, and it's by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I'm doing the small up here in the corner. I decided not to do the blue with the dark, even though I think it's beautiful. I'm doing this on 36 count parchment. And I added a little more from when I was doing my whip braid. I finished the bird and finished the leaves and did one little motif and started another larger motif. And that's all I've gotten done on that one. But this is all in DMC 309. And it's 1 strand over 2 threads on colonial parchment, 36 count. And this is by Fabrics by Stephanie. I had to think. I put abbreviation and I couldn't remember what it was. Oh, goodness, goodness. And I love fabrics by Stephanie. They're so pretty. Okay. All right, and there's that one. Okay, then next I stitched on something from the Jingle Ball. Where'd it go? Okay, here it is. Okay. All right, I went to the Jingle Ball, which was a Zoom kind of retreat shopping event. And it was put on by Stephanie Webb of Lindy Stitches. And boy, it was fun. Got to you know, stitch with other stitchers. There was all kinds of entertainment. There were meet and greets with the designers, shopping, just all kinds of things. Tutorials. And I bought the Jingle Bell Ornament book. And this is Pierre Noel. And I had a piece of material that I thought, oh, this will just be perfect for it. I hate this piece of material. But it worked out, is working out really well. And this is my progress. It's 28 count, some kind of witchel, but it's a soft witchel. It's old piece of fabric because I remember getting it at one of our EGA yard sales. And I'm using all the called for colors, except I did not have any I had to switch Moonlight for Classic Colorworks. I didn't have any of the Color and Cotton, excuse me. So I used DMC for those. So I had to use, and I didn't have the DMC equivalent for the Moonlight or 932, so I used Classic Colorworks Betty Bluebell for the word Noel, because I wanted something with variegation. And I thought, ooh, that's pretty. So I thought it looked pretty close to it. And it gave me the effect I wanted. So that is a fun stitch. I enjoy working on him, except for the cloth. That cloth is just not my favorite. And the bad part is I have a whole lot more of it. But I may use it, I may not. It just depends. I guess if I stitch little things on it, it really won't matter so much. Okay, then next I had a restart from last year. I restarted it last year because I started with the snowman. I did it all wrong, and so I had to take it out. And this is Rudolph and Friends by Brenda Gervais, and he's done on 36 count Winter Brew by R&R Fabrics. Isn't he cute? And so this time I just started with the border, and that's all I got done so far. But I think he's adorable, or the border's adorable. Yeah, the snowman's nothing right now. But I'm using one strand over two. And I'm using Week Style Works and DMC flosses. All the call for things. And I'm just having a lot of fun stitching this one now that it's on the right path. So that's good. All right. Then next, I know I've got a lot, but today is the 21st, and you know, this is my catch-up video. Some of these things you've seen in my plans, and other things you've not seen. It just depends, but most of it you've probably seen if you've watched my other videos. But after this, you know, we'll get caught up. Okay, and the next thing is in the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher book magazine. The last one we just got, the holiday issue, I guess it is, winter issue, Christmas winter issue, 2022. Jennifer Richardson of Violets and Verses, who I think is the sweetest lady, and a great designer. She designed Deck the Halls. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, that's adorable. I love all her patterns, though. And I belong to her Facebook group, so you need to go belong to her Facebook group. Facebook group and join her Flosstube. I mean, watch her Flosstube. Good grief. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. At least I said your name right. But anyway, she has put this one on 32 count Fox and Rabbit Eureka linen, and she uses Week Style Works, but she also has some DMC conversions. I did not have the Peach Fuzz in Week Style Works, so I'm using 3774. And I didn't have the Lancaster Red, so I'm using 3777. So this is my progress so far. I've just got a little bit of the border. And if you've watched my videos, you've seen this. I haven't gotten any more. And this one is on 32 count Fall into Autumn by Manny Dodonna. I got this one at Keepsakes when I went to StitchCon last year. So I'm really excited about getting this one done. And I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to finish it yet, but I just love doing this because I know that somebody I actually know and have met is doing this. And I've met her a couple of times, so, and taken one of her retreats too. So if you don't have an issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, you need to get this, or you need to subscribe so you can get the next issue. This is a great, great magazine, and it's full of all kinds of beautiful patterns. All right, and that's all I've stitched on. Yeah. Now, everybody says, wow, what a lot. But you got to remember, I haven't done a regular video since before Christmas. So, yeah. Okay, now, let's move right along so this video is not too long. Okay, the first pattern that we have for our free pattern is for all you sampler stitchers out there. And this is another good friend of mine. Her name is Ray Niles. And she is the designer of Red Barn Samplers. And she has this cute little sampler. It's called Jemima Fortune Cunningham, 1883. It's got a very good story. If you want to hear the story in her words, even though it comes with your PDF when you download it for free from her website, which I will link below, you need to go and watch her Flosstube, volume 2 or 3, I think. I met her at the attic, and she is just an amazing stitcher and an amazing designer and just a very sweet and talented woman. And I love her tech tips about the iPhone. Very, very helpful in some cases. Some things I knew, some things not. But be sure and go check out Red Barn Samplers and get the free sampler, Jemima Fortune Cunningham, 1883. All right, next, for all you non-sampler stitchers, we have, and this is, and this is one of my favorite designers, because you know I stick these up here every now and then. And this one is from Pinkernpunkinquilting, and it was so cute. I had to put it up here. It says Snow. Isn't that just adorable? So that's her latest design. So be sure and head on over, which I will link below. She has hundreds of patterns on her website. They're all free. And download that pattern so you can stitch it. It's just so cute. All right. Okay. Let's see what's next. Okay. Our featured Etsy designer. Okay. Okay. This one, I have a specific reason I'm featuring her, even though some of you have already heard of her, I'm sure, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, because she's from the Ukraine and they have been displaced. And one of my fellow Flosstubers, and I can't remember who it was, so I'm not going to name a name because I may do it in error. But anyway, they have said that she's trying to sell patterns right now so they can furnish their new home where they, where they've had to move to because they have nothing. So anyway, buzz on over to her Etsy shop and check out some of these patterns, and she's got more. But I picked out some that I thought were really cute, and it's called stitchyprincess.etsy.com. And this is the gnome ornament cross stitch pattern. Isn't that bright and colorful? So pretty. Then we have the cute kitchen cross stitch pattern. That would just go in anybody's kitchen. Then I thought this one was beautiful. It's called Winter Fairy Cross Stitch Pattern. Christmas Snowflake. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those. The color and everything. Okay, next we have the Winter Deer cross stitch pattern. So pretty. We also have the Nativity Fox Rabbit Snowflake. And for those of you that like rabbits and foxes, there you go. And I know Christmas is over, but you know, you're never too early to get ready for Christmas next year. And somebody, the person I watched, had bought this one. And I thought it was so cute. This is the Slavic Primitive Winter Sampler. It's the little snowman and the snow lady. Look, they're holding hands. Isn't that just precious? Then we have Winter Primitive Cross Stitch Pattern. It's the Ukraine Christmas Ornament Deer Fox Rabbit Owl Woodland Digital File. There's a lot going on in that pattern. It's so pretty. All the forest animals are out. Okay, and then we have the Christmas Nativity. And everybody loves the Nativity at Christmas. Isn't that beautiful? All right, and the Mitten House with winter animals. It's got a fox, a bear, a frog, and a rabbit, just all different kinds of animals. So those are a few of her designs. So please go check her out. She has some beautiful designs in addition to these. So, you know, you'd be helping her out and supporting a small business. So if you would, do that. And I will link her below, stitchyprincess@etsy.com. And I'll put down the link so you can get to it. All right. Oh, the next thing I want to show is my Stitchy Kindness. Okay, you know, I had surgery and people have been so kind to send me get well cards, get well wishes, goodies, all kinds of things. And this time I got, and this is from Edith. I'm not going to say her last name, but you know who you are, Edith, and thank you so, so much. She sent me this beautiful, beautiful card with this beautiful dove, and it's bright and cheerful with all these colors. Wrote me the nicest note in here and gave me get well wishes. And also, she gave me some paper flowers, 50 of them, to use for some of my finishing. So I'm going to have to decide how I want to do that with some of my spring stitching. Those are so cute. Look at that. Thank you so much, Edith. That's so sweet. I really, really appreciate it. All right. Okay, and the next thing I got, I met this lady in person, my Stitchy friend in person, and she was at Panda's Cross Stitch and Beading in Mauldin, South Carolina. She also sent me this nice card. It's cute with the little bear. And it says, sometimes it just helps to know someone cares, and I do. And she wrote me the nicest, nicest note. We were both admiring the same pattern that day. And when I find my pattern, Karen, I'm going to start it. I've been clean. My daughter and I cleaned and everything was just in a mess. And so now everything's topsy-turvy. So I've got to find the pattern that looks like this. Because I fell in love with it. I just thought it was so cute. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a tiny modernist pattern. And if I had my craft room totally organized, the patterns are what I left till last. I was doing my PDFs first, but the hard copy patterns are what I left till last. I would have seen this and I would have went, oh, it's in the tiny modern section or the Halloween section. Oh no, I don't have it that way. I've just been cramming here lately because who's had time to do anything? But she labeled everything on the back and made me these beautiful floss tags, and I just love them. And so, Kara, as soon as I find my pattern and get a piece of linen, we're starting this, and we'll have to do a sale together. So I would really like that. Thank you so much, care of. And I hope to see you at Panda's again really, really soon. Yeah, that's one other thing I hadn't got to do. But anyway, thank you so much for all the well wishes and the prayers. They really are helping, because I tell you one thing. I'm used to going and doing things, and this is driving me nuts. Yeah. Okay, enough of that. All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Oh, events and things to do. Okay. And yet again, it's another stitch along. Oh goodness, I still have the stitch along bug. This is hashtag Winter Cross Stitch Camp, okay? You need to watch Sherry at Colorado Cross Stitcher. She's a sweet lady, got a great shop, and she's where I got the little in the middle you can build a snowman pattern. And next month, on February 1st, which is soon, you need to be picking out your pattern and your fabric and kitting up your ornament or your piece that you're going to stitch for. It doesn't have to be an ornament. I'm going to do an ornament probably, but stitch up, kit up your piece. You need to post a picture of the materials on Instagram at hashtag Winter Cross Stitch Camp and hashtag Colorado Cross Stitcher. Then on February 28th, after you've stitched and it's finished, or even before, post a finished picture of your piece with the same 2 hashtags. If you go to her website, which I will link below, there is a Winter Cross Stitch Camp 2023 badge that you could stitch and add to your collection, or not. It just depends what you want to do. But her little badges, she designs them, and they're cross stitch, and they're so cute. So be sure and go check that out. And also go check her shop out. She's got some really, really good deals, and she's got some beautiful linens also. So, and bags too. Goodness. So anyway, if you're going to do the Winter Cross Stitch Camp, let me know below. I would be interested in hearing it. It could be a sampler. It could be, anything, but it has to be a new start. And oh, wait a minute. I said I was going to do a Christmas ornament. That's wrong. I lied. Okay, that's something else. Okay, for Winter Cross Stitch Camp, it has to be either a collection you've already started, like, say you're doing the collection of Treasures in Time or Timeless Treasures by Summer House Stitch Works, where it has like a mermaid or Fragments in Time, that's what it is, like mermaid and, the little sea things. Or say you're doing a Lizzie Kate set that goes spring, winter, summer, fall. Or say you're doing, let me see. Or say you're going to do say you are going to do a Christmas ornament, and you're going to do some of the ones I'm going to show that have A is for Angel and B is for Belle and C is for Christmas. Say you're going to start those, and you do your one ornament or one piece. Or say you're going to start a monthly series, and you're going to start with January or December or whatever month you want to start with. You do that one piece and you finish that one piece. You don't have to finish the whole collection. So does that make sense? If you have any more questions, just go watch her video. I'm sure she explains it much better than I do. That was kind of convoluted. Okay, but just join me doing that, and I'll show you next week what I'm going to stitch, because I still have no idea. All right, and last I have a haul, and I got my Grace Notes fabrics, and I think pretty much everybody's already gotten theirs, but if you've not, look away. First of all, she sent me the little Valentine hug and kisses. And I got, oh goodness, Pinsera, and it's a fat quarter, 32 count linen. And I'm just going to fold it in 2 so you can see. Isn't that beautiful? So this is going to be some nice spring stitching or summer stitching, or maybe even Valentine's stitching piece. So I'm really excited about that. Grace Notes Fabric has really, really nice fabrics. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, last but not least, because I don't want this video to be too long, I'm going to show you some new patterns that I ran across just in case you haven't seen them. so let's see. Okay. All right. You've probably seen this one from Hands On Design. Kathy Haberman's been advertising her Mad for Plaid. And it's going to be seasonal. This is the winter one. Then Sambry Stitches Designs has Memoirs of a Family, and you can always recognize Becca's patterns because she has the Sasquatch or Bigfoot up in the corner, or what we say in North Carolina and South Carolina, a boojum. Okay, but it's got all these, she finished it on a door, and she's got all those cute little reminders of things that are meaningful to her family. And you could change some of it, or you could do it just like it is. Then, finally, a farm girl, Chrissy. She's got Be Mine. Look at Matilda the mouse on the crow. Isn't that cute? And then, I forgot who this was, so I'm going to skip over it. Okay, and then, Jan Hicks has got the Angel Bell candle instead of Christmas. This could be one of the collections you could do for, one of the ornaments you could do for the winter cross stitch camp. Aren't those beautiful? Then, finally a farm girl has got the two little frogs happy together. Look at that little frog couple. Too cute. And then she's got Matilda, We Can Build a Snowman. So adorable. I love that one with the little cardinal on the broom. And then we have a little kitty cat. It's called Kitty Love, I think is what the name of this one is. And this one says, I love you. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then Barbara Anna Designs. You know how everybody says the frog has come to visit them? Well, this one says wanted, reward, 10,000 stitches, 10,000 cross stitches. Isn't that cute? Everybody needs to get one and do it and put it up in their craft room or sewing room. Just adorable. Okay, all right, so there's some new designs I thought you might enjoy seeing. And I will have more probably to show you next week. But thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you like my videos, subscribe, and I hope you'll keep coming back. You know, hopefully there'll be more stitching going on now that I'm getting where I can move around a little bit more. Not a lot more, just a little bit. Still can't drive, but that's okay. Gives me more time to stitch. So anyway, until next time, I hope you have a happy week and happy stitching. Bye-bye.